this now. So yeah, the crystal skull is to help bring Gogs's energy in, which he's always here for me. Okay. So this one, you have to kind of loosen the screws. Loosen would be the right term. And then turn it. And we're going to let it run for a minute. And I'm just going to zone in, and I won't be reading the comments. So just so you know, I'll be reading the glass like people read a crystal ball or do screening, like with black mirrors and such. That's what we're doing here. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. This is an intense read already. I'm going to show you some of what we've got here. We've got the skull for Gogs here. We've got the skull here coming through on the cards. The earth here with the black soil here. The Luna here coming through. And we are going to pull some of the blackened bones out and get those. We're just pulling them because it feels this. As soon as I saw this, it's like, yeah, need to pull. Okay. The blackened bones are like there. Okay. Wow, this is a strange combo of a read. This is what we got going on. I'm going to let it go. Okay. All right. Okay. Sometimes I'll pause this and put this at a stop, or put this where it is paused when I'm doing this, and I don't want to stop this. It's going to keep going through. Finally, what we're getting here is the experience of a lake and the experience of death at the same time. And this is very, very strange coming in, but what I'm getting is experience of a lake and death, and there is a drowning coming through. Now, sometimes these will go in the ways of crystal balls, where it will tell you past lives, da 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 da. This feels like where we're going. This feels like something that was lost at the lake, a drowning, something that has gone on, something that is still carried forward. I haven't seen these yet, and I don't want to look at them yet. I want to be only in on the hourglass for just a few more moments. I wasn't expecting this. I'm moving my hand to the back of the skull, occipital bone or whatever it is. Feels like it's a crazy reading. It feels like a blow to the back of the head and somebody is drowning in a lake, and I don't know if it's accidental or not. This is what I'm seeing has happened, and this was years and years and years ago. This is before you were born on this earth experience now, but it's something that may be carried as a fear. It may be something that has been overcome or is yet to be overcome. Now shift. Get out of the lake, get out of the lake. Come up from there like the cray in the moon, like the lobster in the moon, the crayfish in the moon that comes up out of the primordial ooze, coming up from here to here. Okay, what we're getting is this. I'm going to tip this up so you can see. What we're getting is this energy of walking around and walking around and walking around, and it's almost as if someone has walked the spiral path backwards, and this is somebody walking against their higher good, walking against their greater intention, led them, yes, back down here. There was a great amount of greed going on. Somebody was tricked. There's a great amount of greed, and somebody walked the spiral path backwards, even though they knew that they shouldn't have. Somebody else had greed. This is, yeah, this is something that happened that shouldn't have happened. Somebody's life was shortened because of somebody else's greed. Somebody else's life was shortened because of somebody else's greed. It wasn't supposed to go down this way. It's one of the options that could have happened. And it went down this way, but there wasn't enough learn. Back up to the top, up to the top. It, that puzzle just flashed. Hang on. I don't like being taken out of this read this way, but I'll do it as quick as I can. There we go. Back. There it is. There it is. There is something. This is, oh, this is something that was a childhood friend. This feels like a childhood friend that was a male childhood friend. It feels like you're both males in this past life that I'm seeing. This was a male childhood friend. This one was a little bit older and stronger than you. And what I'm seeing is something. Here, there's the house. There's the house. This person was close to you. And tempers got out of control. Greed got out of control when you went to visit the lake. It caused what feels like you're drowning. Coming back up, coming back up. Go back, go back, go back. There's a sense of abandonment issues going on for this one. I keep getting, like, this one is older, this one is younger. So the height of my arms is like years. Yes, yes. This one's quite a bit older, probably 4 or 5 years older. That's quite a bit in the ages that were here. There was something about greed, something about that was pushing forward, that wanted ambition, wanted arguments happening. What does he need to know? There's always ever been love and greed, love and greed. These are the forces that move the worlds. This is what you understood then. It's what you understood now to be. Some people would agree or disagree with you. Matters not. These are the forces that have moved the world for eons. This is what you understood. Okay, we're going down to these cards for a minute. There was something that wanted to be a high-minded acquisition that this friend of yours who eventually did you in, the friend that was at the lake with you that created this did you in. There's something of the forces there. There was an acquisition of earth wanted. The higher self was from this person, willfully abandoned in service to greed is what I'm getting. We've got the gold here, the gold here, the gold here coming through, stacking up. There's something where there was an acquisition. It feels like land acquisition was wanted, desired, and just greed. In modern times, and it doesn't feel like what I'm seeing here is this modern, but in modern times it would be like if somebody killed somebody over a gold claim or something in the 1850s. This feels way further back than then. Okay, going back. Black and bone over here. Okay, I want you to be able to see this. So this is the total, the gold versus the higher self. They're choosing the gold over here on these cards. This is what was chosen. It was crazy. The people in the house, this would be your parental home. This is the parents here, the parents here. There's somebody that was allowed in that shouldn't have been allowed in. We've got the Eight of Swords, and then we've got the Malika of Cups would be the Queen of Cups. This is the mother letting somebody in. In this particular life, it feels like you had a sister. It feels like she felt like part of the land deal. Yes, okay. All right. If what I'm getting is it feels like somebody was aggressive, like your friend that was the older friend was aggressive, wanted the acquisition of your sister and of the lands. There is something that needs peeled back, reconstructed, gone forward again, different again. Back in the lake, the reflecting. There's something that is asking for you to reassert yourself in a way where people understand your presence now because people felt that you had gone missing then. Wow, this is kind of a creepy one. It feels like what I'm getting is this friend, the older friend, had eyes on sisters, eyes on land, eyes on everything. Wanted usurper would be the right thing. Was childhood friend that got ambitious and let too much black, some would say evil, in his heart. Feels like you were drowned in the lake and observed to be missing. People thought you bailed, that you abandoned, thought you left. Misunderstood, deliberate misconstrual of where you were by this one. in this particular life, you walk the spiral path in the higher way, in a way that would outsmart the blackened one. Now we're going to the gray. This bone is very, very gray. I'm going to bring it down front and center here. Now, the bones that are the blackened bones, I painted myself. I want this moved here. This very, very ancestor energy. This would come in like you would see old photos, old photos, old photos. It's coming in as ancestor, old. Yes, there's something about the way that this has happened. This was your home, your family totally annihilated and destroyed because your whole family let in this interloper, usurper person, and you trusted this person. It cost them their son. It cost them their daughter. Cost them everything that they had acquired. We're going to go back from this ancestor bone. We're going to go back into the hourglass. Give me a second. Where are we at now? Your sister did all right by this. The parts of the friend that were greedy were in some ways, and it's not all black and white, but in some ways balanced out because there was a genuine love of the sister. The fact that she would come with a bonus of land that is near this, like the fact that she would come with this legacy gift, that's what inspired the greed. But there is actually a genuine love of your sister in this that's going on from this person. Wow. After the incident, you were around, and whenever there was big moon and fog is what I'm getting. Whenever there was fog in the lowlands, that's the word, fog in the lowlands, you would be visiting your sister. It didn't drive her crazy, but your sister came to awareness and you would be there. You and your sister had a very close bond, and it feels like haunting is the wrong word because there's so much negative attachment with that. You didn't haunt your sister, but you stayed there. You offered protection over her, and you lingered. There were people that were corrupt is the word that I'm getting. That when your sister and this man, it feels like they married. Your sister and the person that did you in married, and he had corrupt forces around him. It feels like she was made safer because of the way that you haunted, whispered, lingered. Wow. She knew that it was you whenever she was very, very psychically tuned in a time frame that you weren't supposed to be. She was quiet about it so as not to be ostracized, cast out, or made crazy. The love of your sister that this person has is the one redeeming quality. It almost balances out the greed. And you didn't haunt the guy that killed you. You didn't haunt him. His own conscience did enough of that on his own. He wasn't a completely dark character. It's things got out of control and he yielded to the dark and his own ambition for like a season, maybe even a year, and that's what led to your death. That's what led to the bonk on the head and the drowning. That's what led to this. There was protection. Your sister formed some sort of circle. She would do something that was circular. Okay. All right. Hang on. Wow. Your sister did some type of work that was circular, and your sister also helped others kind of tap into their intuition a little bit. This is something that you helped teach your sister from the other side of the veil, that she helped teach others, because there was a lot, yes, there was a lot of corruption going on, a lot of greed infected the families, a lot of greed infected the people at that time. And this feels, yeah, okay, is that right? It feels like something, the only thing that I would know to compare this with, and it could have even been before this region was called Italy, it feels like everything that would be Italian, or I don't know what Italy was before it was Italy. but it feels like that's the area of the world, the region of the world that you were at. No, there was no other siblings. I'm trying to unwind. I want to know what in present day that you need to know now because of all of this going on. Okay, I'm going to the cards now. We're going here. This is one of the strangest. What has been destroyed and ripped apart, don't let it be the burden you carry now. Look towards the light, walk towards the light. The work you did to help your sister, to inspire, to lead, to help psychically guide, and keep safe and protect from those that would have not done well by her, that may have mistreated her in certain ways. That desire is still here. That light is still here. It will always be there. It will always, always be there. The star is here. There's something about, in current times, in current energy, about the way that you work with the stars, the moon, the celestials, the way you call down the lightning, call down the knowledge, you call it down quickly. There's multiple lightning bolts in this. I need to see this a little closer. Multiple lightning bolts in this card. All right. Okay. What I'm getting is that for you in this life, that the veil is a little bit thinner than you think, and you can access it with a little bit more ease because what had happened in the past, and because you walked in that pathway that you did for that period of time, you learned how to navigate that road, the road in between. You learned how to navigate it well. You've forgotten a little bit that you can do this. You can do this more than you think, Christopher. You can do this more than you think. And the knowledge and the truth that would break something or someone else down, you know how to move to such a degree. It's not so much about the tower falling. It's about learning when, yes, okay. Earlier in the show, we were talking to Mo, and she brought about the word storm and the eye of the storm in there. And you have learned to navigate that so well. You learn how to call down the storm. You learn how to call down the lightning if you want to. You've forgotten a little bit of your power. You need to remember it. There is something that comes through that is steel. Just steel force. High integrity, highly prized, forged steel. Like a sword that is highly prized, certain kind of steel that comes into the spirit because of what you've gone through. This is huge for you. Anything else? We asked Gogs to be here. And Gogs is like this old kind of grizzled guy. He's showing me the blade of his axe. He often is, I often see him and he's working, chopping wood, creating fires, whatever. Right now he's touching the glint of the blade, and it's the glint of the blade. He is asking you to remember your compassionate side a little bit more at this time. Yeah, a single strike is better than a bunch of hacking blows. So use your knowledge, your wisdom, use the sharpness of mind and the glint of the eye in a very strategic, smart way. A single strike is better, even though you can access multiple strikes. He's asking you for you to focus, get in integrity, get really clear about what this is that you want to have go forward. A single strike is better, and that gives him a glint in the eye. He's whistling now. This is like, he's very happy. You will understand this. You don't need to be chopping wood, doing repetitive things all day. Your spirit and your own sense of integrity is finally honed enough because of what has happened in your past that a single strike is enough. Is that complete? Yeah, he's whistling. Yeah, that's enough. That's what I've got. Holy cow, I'm going to hold that one as separate. Good grief, that was crazy. All right.